So I'm really curious about some of the initial steps that you took to the to reclaim your vitality, and I'd love it if you'd share that with me.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, well, one of the first things that I did was um, when I was experiencing physical illness symptoms, I looked at my health first. So I went to my naturopath, and I also went to um, live blood cell analysis as
Oh, okay.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to some energy healers but acupuncturists, and it was great because I received many different ideas and experiences around all those that helped to shape and form where I was going and how I could improve things. At the end of the day, though, I realized that the best thing for me was to go back to simplicity,
Mm-hmm.
and to really nourish myself would have to come from within. So yes, it can come in the form of delicious fruits and vegetables, and nutrition that can bring you that nutrition. But when I needed to make more of a connection with my intuition and with myself as to what my soul needed.
Beautiful.
Yeah. How about you?
Wow. Whew, I felt that actually. That was like a little energy healing that you did there. Thank you. um, so for me, one of the steps that I took in the very beginning was I found a form of gentle movement in the form of hatha yoga that allowed me to process the stored emotions in my body. One of the key things for me that was a sign of the fact that I was burned out was the fact that I wasn't in touch with my emotions. I was storing them up, and they were being stored in my back. With grief, I was storing them in my pelvis, in my spine, my shoulders, my neck, my jaw. And the practice of hatha yoga, I used to lie there in the class in child's pose and just cry. I used to just weep. But, and the yoga teacher was amazing because they just used to gently touch my shoulder and say, this is a safe space to allow your body to process this.
Beautiful.
So it was allowing myself to find a gentle physical practice that allowed me to process emotion. And the other thing that was absolutely vital for me was to tune into my own sense of discernment. I had been a people pleaser my entire life. It was part of my conditioning to please other people and make sure everyone else was happy, everybody else was comfortable, and sometimes, more often than not, to the detriment of my own well-being. That behavior was modeled through my family, particularly through the female line of my family. And that had to change. That conditioning was not serving me at all. And so when I talk about discernment, it was a subtle thing of recognizing what my body was telling me. Where was I saying yes, where I actually wanted to say no, and vice versa. So it sounds simple, but this is about putting boundaries in place. That's not always easy. And it's not always easy to say no when people have become accustomed to you being a yes person. So that was a huge shift for me in recognizing that was something that needed to change in my life.
Wow.
Yeah,
that resonates so much with me too.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, I'm a master at this, because we're human, and this is part of the human journey. And I think the first step is always in recognizing this is part of my human journey, to know that and to recognize that.